And now World News This Morning continues. Once again, Ron Corning.
Well, she's only 5'2", 100 pounds, but larger than life. When Danica Patrick takes to the track at Sunday's Indianapolis 500, she could become the race's first female winner. And as ABC's Gloria Riviera reports, that is getting her a lot of attention.
She is fast and she is fearless.
I think that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And
23-year-old Danica Patrick will start this year's Indy 500 with the best drivers out there, all men. She says she is no different aside from a little lip gloss.
I think they see me as a race car driver and, you know, somebody that they have to go faster than.
Patrick started racing go-karts in the 5th grade. Now she drives a 650 horsepower machine at speeds of 230 miles per hour. Her talent has taken her from novelty to top contender. Her good looks and her attitude have made her a media star, complete with a bikini-clad photo shoot. Danica Patrick says she doesn't care whether all the media attention she's getting, she's surrounded by cameras wherever she goes, is due to her good looks or her good skills as a driver. What it's done is bring a buzz back to open-wheel racing at the Indy 500, and she says that's a good thing. Recently, Indy racing has been losing fans and financial backing. Patrick says she wants to change that and is not afraid to risk her life for a job she loves. Other drivers welcome her.
When she's in the race car, it's just another competitor. I don't see if she's a female or a male.
At a race in Miami, Patrick crashed, her car burned, and she walked away. Heading into the Indy 500, she says she is stronger for it and ready to race. Gloria Riviera, ABC News, New York.
And you can see Sunday's Indy 500 right here on ABC. And stay with us for Good Morning America. Guaranteed laughs with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock, stars of The Longest Yard, which opens this weekend. I'm Ron Corning. Thanks for watching.
Live from WMBB, this is News 13 This Morning on your side.
It's taken nearly 30 years to identify the body of this boy, but now Gulf County authorities are investigating his murder.
Plus, we'll tell you about the important medical tests you need to stay healthy.
And boy, is it warm outside. It is going to be the hottest afternoon of the week.
Good morning, everyone. It is 79 degrees outside the News 13 studios, 5 a.m. on this Tuesday, May 24th. Thanks for tuning in to News 13 this morning. I'm Angela Sacchitano.
And I'm Greg Sherrod. Good to have you along here on this Tuesday. Your top stories of the day just ahead, but we start things out with a look at the forecast. We start things out with a very warm one, 79 degrees. Man.
Oh, yeah. Did you notice the difference this morning walking out to your car?
Humidity.
Very humid, very steamy out there.
It's time to get used to it.
Yeah, all
it's
right.
officially started.
Meteorologist Judy Dickey has officially started for this morning. She has more on what we can expect. Judy.
Well, boy, steamy is a good word for it. You definitely felt it when you headed out of the house this morning. Very warm, very humid. Look at the coastal temperatures. Destin at 80, Panama City at 79, Apalachicola at 76 degrees this morning. Even inland, we're seeing mid-70s. Not much difference between the inland and coastal areas. 76 in Apalachicola. The only thing that's going to make it somewhat pleasant is the wind. It'll be pretty breezy today, about 15 to 20 miles an hour out of the west, but coastal highs close to 90, inland highs in the mid-90s. I'll tell you more about this if you stick around for just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Judy. Gulf County investigators have now identified a human skeleton found back in 1979, and they believe the person was murdered. The remains were found more than a quarter century ago, 3 miles west of Weewahitchka off Highway 22. Shortly after the skeleton was discovered, an anthropologist determined that the bones belonged to a white male in his late teens with deformities in his legs, possibly walking with a limp or leg braces. Deputies worked on the case for years and could not identify the victim until now. Thanks to advancements in DNA testing, deputies have determined the remains belong to this boy, 17-year-old Rocky Lewis Berry. His family says he ran away from home in Yakima, Washington in 1978. They believe he hitchhiked his way to Florida, to our area. Now investigators are trying to figure out exactly how he was killed. Investigator Chris Buchanan says they believe Berry was exactly murdered, but No further details are being released. The Gulf County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who remembers anything about this case. Remember, it happened back in 1979. The body was found, the bones were found 3 miles west of Weewahitchka. If you remember anything about this case, you're asked to give Gulf County Sheriff's Office a call, 227-1115. The Panama City Police Department is still working this morning to find 2 men in connection with the stabbing and killing of a Bay County teenager. Authorities are looking for 22-year-old Darius Terrell. They say he stabbed 17-year-old Tristan Robinson to death Friday night at the Panavilla Apartments. This is video you're looking at right now from the crime. After the stabbing, several people jumped Terrell and beat him. Investigators are also looking for the other young man that you're seeing there on the right, Marquez Carroll. Carroll is wanted for firing multiple shots into the occupied home in retaliation of the stabbing. Police say tips are coming in, but they need help. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 785-TIPS.
Before you buy that new boat this summer, you may want to make sure there's a space available to dock it. Some marinas in and around Panama City and Panama City Beach have waiting lists hundreds of boats long, and now the county is looking at waterfront property in Southport. To alleviate the overcrowding, the convenience of Sun Harbor Marina off 15th Street in Panama City makes it a sought-after marina for boat owners. Right now, the marina has a waiting list with more than 300 boats on it. Last year's hurricane damage and the population boom has made space limited all around town. To solve the problem, the county is looking to build a marina on this property in Sheepshead Bayou. Bay County Leisure Services Representative Steve Moore says the area is more than 5 acres wide.
Right around near where Sheephead Bayou is, there's 4 ramps within about 2-mile area.
Moore says the county would have to dredge the area because the water's only a few feet deep, but he believes the possibilities are limitless. The county owns the land in Southport, but there are still financial issues to consider. County Commissioner George Gaynor says the commission is also looking into buying the current airport property. He says it could be a prime location for a county marina. Gulf County could soon be facing the same problem with lack of marina space. The city of Port St. Joe is in the process of selling the Port St. Joe Marina to the St. Joe Company. The marina is located on St. Joseph Bay off Marina Drive in Port St. Joe. The St. Joe Company has run the marina since it was built 6 years ago. The city has just announced it will sell the marina to the St. Joe Company. St. Joe plans to build waterfront condominiums at the site. Mayor Frank Pate says the deal is a positive for the area, bringing the first set of condos to Port St. Joe and furthering growth.
They need to do where they can do what they want to do to help their development. Really, that's the main purpose of it.
The marina is valued at $4.8 million. Mayor Pate believes St. Joe will not make the marina private, but says they may build a second marina nearby. Part of the deal also includes St. Joe giving the city land to expand an area park, build a recreation site, and build a new cemetery. The sale of the marina should be complete in mid-June.
Well, it is 5:06 and 79 degrees outside. Let's take a look at what's happening in the day ahead. The city of Panama City will hold a commission meeting at 4 p.m. today. It will be the first meeting for new mayor Lauren DeGeorge.
The Lynn Haven City Commission meets tonight. That's set for 7 o'clock.
And beach renourishment as well as the Indian Summer Festival are on the agenda today for the Tourist Development Council. The council meets at 9 a.m. There is more news ahead in this half hour. News 13 is on your side with a special medical report this morning. Find out the tests every adult, yes, every adult, even you, need to take. That's coming up.
Right now, we take a live look outside our News 13 studios from our Panama City camp. It is a Tuesday morning. It is already warm, 79. Forecast is next.
You're watching News 13 this morning on your side. This is a News 13 on your side consumer alert.
If you or someone you know has a child using a Love's pacifier, we have information you need to know. Delta Enterprises Corporation is recalling about 180,000 Love's decorated orthodontic pacifiers. They can pose a choking hazard to young children. If you have one of these, discard it immediately and call the company at the number on your screen for a refund or a replacement.
Keep watching News 13 for more on your side consumer alerts.
Sweet old Bob and the grandkids here at Solo Tractor Company to say, welcome to Kubota Country.
Hurry and get this 16 horsepower four-wheel drive diesel tractor implement package. Regular $10,999, now $89.99. Get this 21 horsepower 60-inch cut hydrostatic diesel ZTR mower. Regular $11,999, now $10,499. Save $2,000. This 31 horsepower four-wheel drive diesel tractor implement package. Regular $16,999, now $14,999. Save $2,000.
Solo Tractor and Kubota, 30 years of trusted performance.
Hi folks, welcome to Panama City Toyota in our 14th annual Memorial Week sales drive. Your favorite and most opportune time to own America's best automotive value, a new 2005 Toyota. Today through Tuesday, May 31st, join us for an entire week of record-setting volume sales. Incredible cash incentives, amazing interest rates, unheard of trade allowances, and our commitment to 100% customer satisfaction make now the best time ever to own Toyota quality. Only from Panama City Toyota, where relationships are born.
Are you disabled? Have you been denied Social Security disability? Call me, Attorney David Evans, at 784-2466 for a free consultation.
He's been the face of panhandle weather for close to 2 decades. Jerry Tabbitt.
Giving you an accurate forecast, it's a responsibility, and I take it very seriously.
Don't miss Jerry Tabbitt's accurate True View forecast, part of Storm Team 13 on your side. Storm Team 13's live True View Doppler, brought to you in part by Yamaha Sea-Doo of Panama and by Comcast. You're watching News 13 This Morning with Greg Sherrod, Angela Sacitano, and Storm Team 13 meteorologist Judy Dickey.
Welcome back, everyone. Looking live on Mariana Cam here at 509, 75 in Mariana. It's already 80 in Panama City, and let's just get used to it.
Yeah, and what happened to us, Judy Dickey's joining us now, what happens to this mild summer we were supposed to have because of the mild spring and the mild winter?
See, you know, I heard someone say that yesterday, and I thought that was the craziest thing I'd ever heard. If it's mild in the winter, meaning warmer than average, mild in the spring, meaning warmer than average, why wouldn't the summer be warmer than average?
Yes. It's a perfect example. Okay.
And you know, and we don't know. We don't know what the summer's going to shape up to be, but boy, it is a very warm May. It is significantly warmer than average. Let's start with those temperatures. Look at this, 80 in Panama City, 79 in Destin, 77 in Appalachia, and in Crestview, 75 in Mariana. We're really not seeing a lot of difference between coastal areas and inland areas, not a lot of cool areas here in the Panhandle. Now, I do want to show you the southeast because it is a little bit cooler up to our north. You can see those 70s and 80s right along the coast here, but if you just go up into northern Alabama and Georgia, temperatures are in the 60s and even in the 50s. That's where the frontal boundary is between the cooler air and the warmer air. Now, this is a cold front just by definition, but it's only separating hot from warm, as you can see right here, and that hot air is going to be in place all day today. High pressure in the Gulf of Mexico slowed this front down quite a bit, and it's not going to come through probably until tonight. That's when we'll see an end to these hot conditions. That brings a little rain down to the Gulf of Mexico, not into the Panhandle. Warm air settles in behind that front. That's your temperature difference from hot to warm, and that's what your forecast is going to be. Small craft should exercise caution today. It's going to be very windy as that front gets closer. 10 to 15 knots out of the west early, becoming 15 to 20 later on this afternoon. That'll drive the wave heights out just a little bit, 2 to 3 feet, but where you're really going to notice it is the inland waters. Light to moderate chop, becoming choppy later this afternoon. Here's how things look in the Panhandle. They look terrific. It's starting out very warm and humid, though there is patchy fog pretty much throughout the Panhandle. Even with those winds out of the west, they're already up around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mid-90s for your highs this afternoon, easily the warmest afternoon of the week. Even along the coast, you're going to see temperatures right around 90. Because that wind is coming from the west, it's not a sea breeze. We're not going to get a good coastal influence. Plenty of sunshine all day today, plenty of clear sky during the night tonight. We are going to see some showers down in the Gulf of Mexico, not over land, not where there'll be any help to us. But since that front did go through during the night, by tomorrow morning we'll see some cooler temperatures. Our lows will be back down in the 60s again. And then tomorrow, well, it won't be hot, but it will still be warm. You'll see highs tomorrow in the mid-80s pretty much throughout the Panhandle. Winds continue out of the west to northwest. Again, we aren't going to get a sea breeze, so you're not going to see much difference between the beaches and the inland parts of the Panhandle. You are going to see lots and lots of sunshine, and that'll be the case most of the day Thursday as well. Now Thursday, the tail end of that front, the part that's back in Louisiana, is probably going to flip up and bring us some overnight showers into Friday morning, but then the rest of the day Friday will be very pretty. During the weekend, we have another chance for some thunderstorm activity, a few scattered thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, a little bit more widespread Sunday afternoon, and perhaps even Memorial Day afternoon. But our best rain chance right now looks like it's going to be Sunday.
Sunday, but man, it's like we need that rain.
We do. It is so warm and so humid. It definitely feels more like July than May.
I can't even imagine what July is going to be like.
Oh, you're going to love it.
All right, thanks, Judy. It is 5:14 and time to catch up on today's business news.
Here's Ron Corning.
And good morning, everyone. Here's what's happening in this morning's Money Scope report. Customers at 4 major banks could be at risk of identity theft. Financial records of some 700,000 people may have been stolen by employees at Commerce Bank, PNC Bank, Wachovia, and Bank of America. 9 workers have been arrested accused of selling the data to a collection agency. Officials there have say so far there's no evidence of ID theft. And good news for drivers ahead of the Memorial Day weekend. Gas prices fell for the 6th straight week. The government says the average price of a gallon of regular unleaded is $2.13. That's down 4 cents from last week and down 9 cents from late April. But analysts expect the growing global demand for oil to limit any long-term relief at the gas pump. On the heels of safety concerns over some prescription pain drugs, the head of the New England Journal of Medicine is accusing the 3 largest drug companies of hiding details of drug studies. Dr. Jeffrey Drazen says Pfizer, GlaxoSmithKline, and Merck are not providing enough information about clinical trials. Glaxo and Merck deny the accusations. A group of publishers is challenging Google's plan to scan millions of library books into its search engine. The Association of American University Presses says Google's library project will violate copyrights on a massive scale and threaten future sales. Google says copyrights will be protected. More and more Americans are turning to corporate bonds as a way to diversify their investment portfolio, so regulators have now set up a website to help educate people about the bond market. The NASD's Smart Bond Investing website will launch today. And coming up on Good Morning America, we've all heard of the glass ceiling, but how about the gray ceiling? We'll have tips for older Americans battling age discrimination in the workplace. And that is this morning's Money Scope report. I'm Ron Corning.
All right, thanks, Ron. It is 5:15 on your Tuesday morning, and we have a trivia question coming up for you.
Here it is right here, a great film, Billy Wilder directed film, and talk about the 2 actors who pose as women, in drag, to hide from the bad guys in the hit comedy, Some Like It Hot. The answer coming up.
What do you get when a financial firm with 66,000 people in 50 countries takes the time to understand your needs like it's just the 2 of you? Could it be the most powerful 2-person financial firm in the world? You and us, UBS.
Why do I use Neosporin? I've got my reasons.
And now there's another. A study shows Neosporin ointment kills more types of infectious bacteria than even the leading prescription and helps cuts heal 4 days faster than a bandage alone.
How many more reasons do I need?
So many cuts and scrapes. Only one Neosporin. Every cut, every time.
Introducing Kleenex Moist Cloths. Big, strong, cloth-like sheets that can handle the stickiest of situations. Thank goodness for male bonding. Thank goodness for Kleenex.
isn't you. It's your workout. At Curves, our workout works because it was designed for you. It's simple, fun, fast. Curves, you can do this. Join with a friend and get 2 for 1, or just take half off for yourself.
A breakthrough in relief. Soothing new Imodium liquid. Gently calms the chaos that is diarrhea, often in just 1 dose. New Imodium liquid. Make peace with your body.
Welcome back, everyone. Just before 5:18 on this Tuesday morning, 80 degrees outside, a hot one. Speaking of hot, what 2 actors posed as women to hide from the bad guys in Some Like It Hot?
And that would be an outstanding performance by both Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis. And of course, I know you're a Marilyn Monroe fan.
Oh yeah, what girl isn't?
Well, one of her best roles. Well, great comedy role for Marilyn.
Yeah. All right, well, again, 5:18 and a very hot Tuesday morning. Most Americans wait until they're sick before they actually go and see the family physician. But getting that annual checkup is easier than you may think, and it's very important to your health. News 13's Amy Hoyt is on your side with a special report on the medical tests every adult needs to stay healthy.
Blood pressure is a screening tool.
It's also free. Getting your blood pressure checked is one of the most important tests you'll take. In just a few minutes, you'll know if you're at risk for hypertension. Linda Romer is a family nurse practitioner.
A lot of people have no symptoms whatsoever, and if they have high blood pressure, they can have a stroke.
If you don't have time to see your doctor, you can do it yourself in most drugstores. Next, checking for cholesterol is almost as easy and just as important.
A lot of times people have high cholesterol for years before the disease shows up, and that disease is hardening of the arteries, clogged arteries, and that's what stiffens and causes high blood pressure and stroke. So cholesterol is important because you don't know it. You don't feel bad. You might think you have a healthy diet, but it might be inherited, or you might not be eating as well as you think.
Having too much of the bad cholesterol, or LDL, can lead to a stroke. HDL is the good cholesterol. You can get yours checked with a simple blood test. If you think you're in shape, a body mass index test might change your mind. Dr. Romer says it's another simple procedure.
The person holds on to it. We establish the parameters of their age, their height, their sex or gender, and their weight. And then it just takes 15 seconds. Uses a little light that goes through to measure how fast or slow it goes, and that way it's calculated into the speed versus the density of muscle versus fat.
Your body mass index tells you how much of your body is made up of fat and how much is muscle. A person can be a normal weight, but if you have more fat than muscle, you can be at risk for diabetes and heart disease. Here's a test that is often seen as unnecessary, an annual eye exam.
It's the only way you can see a blood vessel directly. The retina, you can actually look at your blood vessels and you can see if they are healthy and if they predict blood vessel disease, glaucoma, macular degeneration, anything that could be treated early to prevent blindness.
An annual eye exam should start at a young age when children start school. Adults should also see the eye doctor once a year. Here's another test that is simple but is often written off as a nuisance, the annual dental checkup.
Dental disease can actually kill you. You can get infection that goes untreated and can cause infection in other parts of the body.
Gum disease can also cause tooth loss. It's probably the most underestimated medical exam, but an annual dental checkup is a basic for good health.
And that was News 13's Amy Hoyt reporting. Coming up in about an hour, you'll see the other 5 medical tests every American should have in part 2 of Amy's special reports.
Time now for today's Focus on the Family report with Dr. James Dobson. This morning he discusses recent findings on the long-lasting effect of parents' divorce on their children.
How easily do children cope with the breakup of their families? New information is now available. California psychologist Judith Wallerstein is one of the most respected researchers on the effects of divorce, and she's just published the results of one of the longest-running studies on the subject. Over the past 25 years, Wallerstein has tracked hundreds of children of divorce, chronicling their lives from childhood through adolescence and now on into adulthood. Her findings are not what most experts expected. In effect, she discovered that the trauma experienced by young children when their parents break up stays with them throughout their lives, making it difficult to weather the challenges of adolescence and early adulthood. As they form their own romantic relationships in their late 20s, they continue to struggle with fears brought on by their parents' divorce. In summing up her findings, Wallerstein said, "Unlike the adult experience, the child's suffering does not reach its peak at the breakup and then level off. The effect of the parents' divorce is played and replayed throughout the first 3 decades of the children's lives." That's a frightening thought when you consider how many children today are having to cope with the consequences of divorce. If you and your spouse are considering calling it quits, you should, at the very least, think about the consequences for the most vulnerable little members of the family. With Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. James Dobson.
All right, thanks, Dr. Dobson. Well, it is 5:23 and 80 degrees. Very hot out there.
Yeah.
Steamy out there. Very uncomfortable, too, if you're not careful with how you dress this morning. But the expert would know that.
That's right. Meteorologist Judy Dickey, and our school day forecast for the kids has still got to go to class.
Well, you know, and it is the last day of school for kids in Walton County and Liberty County. Hooray! Very exciting. So maybe you'll have a water day today. It's definitely the right day to do it. We're starting out with a little bit of patchy fog around the Panhandle. Very warm, very humid. And boy, this afternoon it is going to be hot. A lot of you will see temperatures up in the mid-90s with lots of sunshine. Fortunately, it is going to be a little windy. Winds out of the west cooling you off just a bit. Today, well, I gave it another B+ because a lot of you are still in school. Congratulations if this is your last day. We've got more coming up after the break. Come on back with us.
It's go time at Toyota's nationwide sales drive with phenomenal selection at every turn. Check out the Toyota Camry, the best-selling car in America. Right now, get $1,250 cash back or 1.9% APR financing for 36 months on the 05 Camry. Visit your local Toyota dealer or buyatoyota.com today. Toyota's nationwide sales drive is on now, owning the winner's circle. Now that's moving you forward.
When you want the most famous place on Panama City Beach for the most sensational steak you ever put in your mouth, millions will tell you that unless you've eaten at Angelo's Steak Pit, you really haven't been to Panama City Beach. Angelo's has been preparing their legendary steaks the same way since 1958, cutting each one by hand in their own cutting room, using their famous seasonings and cooking every steak just right over their enormous 35-foot open flame hickory pit.
And remember, Angelo's is home of Big Gus, the 20,000-pound steer, and that's no bull.
Hi folks, you know the traffic on the beach has increased drastically over the past couple of years, making it even tougher to get across the bridge.
You knew it was bound to happen, and guess what? It has.
That's right, Restonic Mattress Gallery has a new beach store.
Right beside Source One.
Of course we'll feature a complete line of Restonic.
Along with the famous Tempur-Pedic.
And our adjustable bed gallery.
You can see the difference with your eyes closed at Restonic Mattress Gallery.
Mercury Grand Marquis Discovery Days are here. Discover more power for the passing lane. 25 miles per gallon highway and room for 6. More space for luggage. And more reasons to feel safe in Florida's best-selling full-size car for 17 straight years. Now get up to $5,500 cash back or 0% APR financing for 36 months, but only for a limited time during Grand Marquis Discovery Days at your local Lincoln Mercury dealer.
It's my life.
Welcome back to News 13. This morning it's 5:26 now, and on a hot summer day, you know, there's nothing better than taking a swim to cool down. But not everyone has a swimming pool in their backyard, so Walton County has built a public pool. It's located behind Freeport City Hall on Highway 20. News 13's Chris Mitchell gives us a splash before the grand opening.
This new Olympic-sized pool is about to be open to the public, and many people say they can't wait because they say they can go just about any time, unlike going to the beach.
Well, there are days when the water's too rough to go in, or there's sea life, dangerous marine life there where they could get stung. So the pool is a nice recreation alternative.
Some groups like the YMCA are interested in running the pool, making the new public pool even more attractive to some.
It's family oriented, and you know, you're not going to have a bunch of people in there that aren't supposed to be there, you know.
Some say they'll have other motives than just a swim.
You'll meet new friends.
In Freeport, Chris Mitchell, News 13 on your side.
Officials hope to have the new pool open in early June. Well, stay with us. A new half hour of news and weather is next. Could your tax dollars be paying for sexual predators to get male enhancement drugs? We'll find out when News 13 this morning continues.
Angela Sacitano's Assignment Education, Friday at 6 on News 13.
This is the Civic Value Package from Honda. And this is a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline. The Civic can get up to 38 miles on just one of these. And with a full tank, the Civic has a range of up to 500 miles. Given the rising cost of gasoline these days, we just thought you'd want to know. The remarkably efficient Civic Value Package from Honda. Now you can lease a Civic Value Package for $159 a month for well-qualified buyers.
RV season has officially begun, and Holiday on Wheels is the place to be to find the best value anywhere. New travel trailers from $127 a month, new fifth wheels from $199 a month, even brand new motorhomes for just $357 a month. It's the season to find selection, value, and the absolute lowest prices every day. Holiday on Wheels in Panama City on West 23rd Street and now on Highway 231, 1 mile north of Transmitter Road. Holiday on Wheels, where every day is a holiday on wheels.
Never enough time, never enough space. At the end of a tough day, take time to visit a place that doesn't need much space. A Solana Spa from the maker of Hot Spring Spas. Ease into a world of soothing water. Feel the difference as our patented Moto Massage Jet works wonders on tired muscles. You deserve a little time and space in a Solana Spa. Serenity made simple.
No SUV has done it before. Mercury Mountaineer is first in owner loyalty 4 years in a row. And now, there's roll stability control for added safety. Or check out the new compact Mercury Mariner, a great-looking alternative to Toyota RAV4 or Honda CR-V. And Mariner is Consumers Digest Best Buy. Drive Mariner now for just $19,995 after $2,000 cash back and get an Apple iPod Mini at no extra charge.
Live from WMBB, this is News 13 This Morning on your side.
Good morning, everyone. It is 80 degrees outside the News 13 studios. We're taking a live look right now over Panama City on a very hot, steamy Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up and tuning into News 13. I'm Angela Sacitano.
And I'm Greg Sherrod. Here's what's making headlines on this Tuesday, May 24th. Authorities have finally identified a body found more than 25 years ago.
And a murder suspect is still on the loose after eluding police for several days.
And as more condos go up, marina slips are in short supply.
All that and more coming up in this half hour. But first we check in on that forecast with Storm Team 13 meteorologist Judy Dickey. He's joining us now live with a look at what's happening outside. Judy.
Well, it is hot outside. It is really warm. Just step outside. You'll notice the difference immediately. About 10 degrees warmer than this time yesterday morning. Lows are close to 80 for most of the Panhandle. 80 in Panama City, close to 80 in Destin, mid-70s Appalachia, Mariana, Crestview. We've already got some light westerly wind and patchy fog throughout the Panhandle. Here's your forecast for Mariana. That light westerly wind is going to get much stronger this afternoon, about 15 to 20 miles an hour. But you're going to see mid-90s for your high. Lots of sunshine, lots of humidity. It is going to cool off a little. I'll tell you when in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Judy. Gulf County investigators have now identified a human skeleton they found back in 1979, and they believe the person was murdered. The remains were found more than a quarter century ago, 3 miles west of Weehawken of Highway 22. Shortly after that discovery, an anthropologist determined that the skeleton belonged to a white male in his late teens with deformities in his legs, possibly even walking with a limp or leg brace, but that's as far as the identification went. Deputies worked on the case for years and could not figure out who this victim was. But now, thanks to advancements in DNA testing, deputies have just determined the remains actually belong to this boy, 17-year-old Rocky Lewis Berry. His family says he ran away from home in Yakima, Washington in 1978. They believe he hitchhiked his way to our area in the Panhandle. Now investigators are trying to figure out exactly how this boy was killed. Investigator Chris Buchanan says they believe Berry was murdered, but no further details are being released. The Gulf County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who remembers anything about this crime. Back in 1979, this body was found 3 miles west of Weewillehitchka off Highway 22 in 1979. If you remember anything about this case, you're asked to call the Gulf County Sheriff's Office 227-1115.
The Panama City Police Department is still working this morning to find 2 men in connection with the stabbing and killing of a Bay County teenager. Authorities are looking for 22-year-old Darius Terrell. They say he stabbed 17-year-old Tristan Robinson to death Friday night at the Pana Villa Apartments. We're looking at video now from the crime. After the stabbing, several people jumped Terrell and beat him, but police believe he may need medical attention. Investigators are also looking for this young man, Panama City resident, 16-year-old Marquez Carroll. Carroll is wanted for firing multiple shots into an occupied home in retaliation of the stabbing. Police say tips are coming in, but they need more help. And if you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 785-TIPS.
Florida taxes are now being used to provide registered sex offenders with the drug Viagra.
This begins our look at news from around the state. Reports show Medicaid has paid more than $93,000 to provide Viagra to 218 sex offenders in Florida over the last 4 years. A loophole lets sex offenders receive the drug through the state and federal health care program. The state learned of the loophole after a New York audit that showed a similar problem there.
A school bus driver in Punta Gorda, that's in southwest Florida, is facing criminal charges. Take a look at this video after getting in a physical fight with 2 of his teenage passengers. Apparently, the bus's security camera caught this 66-year-old Albert Taylor fighting with and actually physically harming the 13 and 15-year-old students after one of the boys told him to, quote, watch your language. Taylor is being charged with a misdemeanor, but the boys actually face felony charges for assaulting a school officer.
A school bus full of children crashed through a home in Miami Monday. Authorities are still investigating what happened, but somehow the bus crashed into 2 cars, then a house. Investigators say one of the cars was stolen. None of the children, fortunately, on the bus were injured.
All right, it is 5:34, and we have much more news ahead in this half hour. But first this morning, we're going to give you a look at that forecast.
Sure are. Right now, we're taking a live look from our Panama City cam out near St. Andrew Bay, across the bay. 80 degrees, that's right, at 5:35 in the morning. Meteorologist Judy Dickey has more. We're used to this kind of stuff. About the end of May, it starts happening.
Oh, and you say that like it's a bad thing, 80 degrees, for goodness sakes. It is so warm and humid outside. You can see a little bit of fog, hazy conditions here in downtown Panama City. You can't see the heat, but here it is. 80 at the airport, 75 in Mariana. You'll notice there's not a big difference between inland and coastal areas. Winds mostly out of the west this morning, and we do have patchy fog throughout the Panhandle. I want to show you temperatures around the southeast, though, because although it is very, very warm here on the coast, you don't have to go much further to find cooler air. You can look right up here in northern Alabama and Georgia and South Carolina, where we've got temperatures in the 60s. Down here along the coast, temperatures closer to 80, and that's because there's a frontal boundary there separating the warm air from the hot air. Now, this is technically a cold front, but there's really nothing cold about the air behind it, although it is 10 to 15 degrees cooler than what we have now. High pressure down in the Gulf of Mexico really slowed this front down, so it didn't come through yesterday. As it moves down across the Panhandle tonight, it's going to cause some showers down in the Gulf of Mexico, and it is finally going to push the hot air out of our area, but warm air settles in behind it. We're not going to get a break from the humidity, and unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get any rain out of it as it comes through. Here's a look at your forecast then. Lots of sunshine today. A good strong wind out of the west, as strong as 20 miles an hour this afternoon. And because we are not getting a sea breeze, don't look for much of a coastal effect. Coastal highs right around 90 degrees. Everywhere else, mid-90s for your high temperature. This will easily be the warmest day of the week. Highs running about 10 to 12 degrees more than average. Overnight, though, that front passes through. Those showers will be down in the Gulf of Mexico, and we get slightly cooler air behind it. Lows tomorrow morning back down in the 60s, back down where you would expect to find them this time in May. Then tomorrow afternoon, highs in the mid-80s throughout the Panhandle. This is very average. Wind will be out of the west and northwest. Again, no sea breeze, so no showers and thunderstorms, and not much of a break if you live down close to the beaches. Now Thursday, I think we're going to see the tail end of that front. What was over in Louisiana sort of move just south of us across the Gulf of Mexico. That could bring us some overnight showers Thursday into Friday morning. Very, very spotty though. And then our next good chance for rain doesn't show up until the weekend. Saturday, we'll probably see just a few isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon. Sunday, slightly more widespread thunderstorm activity. It could actually carry into Memorial Day. Again, just those isolated afternoon thunderstorms. Right now, it looks like our best chance for rain is going to be Sunday afternoon.
Yes, and I mean, walking outside into anyone's yard, even just me walking my dog around my neighborhood, everyone's grass is dead. I mean, unless you're able to put your sprinkler on every day, I mean, it's really hard to maintain it with these kind of temperatures.
It is, and you know, it's interesting because the fact that we're not getting rain, that's normal. Right. The fact that it's 95 degrees, oh my goodness, that's not normal.
You can definitely feel it yesterday.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Judy. All right, it is time for our News 13 mug giveaway this morning. Apparently, you guys heard our call out for eligible viewers. This is our gift to you.
Home place makes it possible.
Yeah, and today's winner.
There he is, Ken Powell of Lynn Haven. Ken, thanks for watching, man. And if you want a mug, put your name and city on the postcard, send it in to us, or you can email it to our producer, Taylor Shutt.
And these are nice mugs too. They're not like the little small ones. This is actually a nice big coffee mug. Winners can pick those mugs that appear at the News 13 offices Monday through Friday, business hours. We pick a winner at this time every morning. You just have to be 18 years old or older. Well, it is right before 5:39, 80 degrees on your Tuesday morning. We have much more ahead on News 13.
Area boaters say condo development is taking away marina slips. We'll have more on this when we return. Hang around.
You're watching News 13 this morning on your side.
It's happening now. The Dodge Memorial Day sales event. Get great deals on Grand Caravan with Stow and Go seating and storage, Dodge Ram with Hemi Power, the all-new Dakota, the versatile Magnum, and the big size and smooth ride of Durango. Right now, qualified returning Daimler Chrysler lessees can lease a Grand Caravan SXT with available Stow and Go seating and storage for just $259 a month. Hurry in for great deals on the Dodge lineup at the Memorial Day sales event. Offers end May 31st.
Save big during the Yamaha Fun Fest savings event at your Yamaha Wave Runner dealer. Get zero down, payments as low as $59 a month, and 6.99 APR until 2007 on all new Wave Runners, including the award-winning 4-stroke VX110 series, starting at just $69.99. Plus, get $500 of free accessories with select models. Now at your Yamaha Wave Runner dealer.
Yamaha of Panama, Highway 231, 1.5 blocks north of the Panama City Mall.
Hi, I'm George Garcia. Come to Mariana Toyota and save hundreds, even thousands, through a May sales event. Buy a new 05 Toyota Tacoma pickup for only $13,979, plus factory rebates as high as $2,500, interest rate as well as 0%. A special lease program makes it easy for you to buy. Plus a great selection of used certified Toyotas from Corollas to Sequoias, all proud to sale. So come check it out. And remember, Mariana Toyota, if you can't come to us, just give us a call, we drive it to you.
This segment brought to you by the new Wave 100, playing the best from the 70s, 80s, and more. The new Wave 100. You're watching News 13 this morning with Craig Sherrod, Angela Sacitano, and Storm Team 13 meteorologist Judy Dickey.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us. It's 5:41. Before you buy that new boat this summer, if you're going to buy one, you may want to make sure there's space available to dock it first. Some marinas in and around Panama City and the beach have waiting lists, hundreds of boats long. Now the county is looking at waterfront property in Southport to alleviate the overcrowding. The convenience of Sun Harbor Marina off 15th Street in Panama City makes it a sought-after marina for boat owners. Right now, the marina has a waiting list with more than 300 boats on it. Last year's hurricane damage and the population boom has made space limited all around town. Now, to solve the problem, the county is looking to build a marina on this property in Sheepshead Bayou. Bay County Leisure Services Representative Steve Moore says the area is more than 5 acres wide.
Right around near where Sheephead Bayou is, there's 4 ramps within about 2-mile area.
Moore says the county would have to dredge the area because the water's only a few feet deep, but he believes the possibilities are limitless. The county owns the land in Southport, but there are still financial issues to consider. County Commission Chairman George Gaynor says the commission is also looking into buying the current airport property. He says it could be a prime location for a county marina. Gulf County could soon be facing the same problem with lack of marina space. The city of Port St. Joe is in the process of selling the Port St. Joe Marina to the St. Joe Company. The marina is located on St. Joseph Bay off Marina Drive in Port St. Joe. The St. Joe Company has run the marina since it was built 6 years ago. The city has just announced it will sell the marina to the St. Joe Company. St. Joe plans to build waterfront condominiums at the site. Mayor Frank Pate says the deal is a positive for the area, bringing the first set of condos to Port St. Joe and furthering growth.
They need to do where they can do what they want to do to help their development. Really, that's the main purpose of it.
The marina is valued at $4.8 million. Mayor Pate believes St. Joe will not make the marina private, but says they may build a second marina nearby. Part of the deal also includes St. Joe giving the city land to expand an area park, build a recreation site, and build a new cemetery. The sale of the marina should be complete in mid-June.
With the Memorial Day holiday weekend approaching, the Coast Guard is reminding boaters of the precautions to take to make your holiday a safe one. News 13's Robbie Thomas is on your side with what you need to know.
Memorial Day weekend is not only a busy one for the roads, but for the water as well.
You usually get a lot more boaters on the water. Everybody seems to come down here for vacation during that time, so our enforcement level is a lot higher because there's so many more people out in the on the boat and on the water during that time this weekend.
If you're planning on boating this Memorial Day weekend, the Coast Guard wants to remind you that you need to be prepared. Some of the things that they will be checking for are throwable devices, your signal flares, and a signal horn of some kind. You'll need a noisemaker. Don't forget your fire extinguisher and make sure that the needle is in the green. And of course, don't forget the life vests. The Coast Guard would also like to remind you of an important law.
Most people don't realize that, the drinking law is the same on a boat as it is in a car. If you're driving a boat and you should blow a blood alcohol content level of 0.08 or higher, you're under the influence and can be arrested for that.
So be prepared, stay safe, and have a great Memorial Day weekend. Robbie Thomas, News 13, on your side.
News 13 is on your side if you want more information about boating requirements or if you'd like your boat inspected before you go out in the water. You can call the U.S. Coast Guard at Flotilla 19 249 4040. And that's always good advice because you always think about driving and being safe on the road for Memorial Day weekend. Of course, not drinking and driving, but there's a certain amount of people who just, you think you boat, you're having fun, you're partying, you don't think much.
I know, we got this huge body of water here in this area, and a lot of folks are out there, but most are responsible boaters, for sure.
All right, well, it is time to check in on Judy Dickey for our Marine Day forecast.
Good morning, Judy.
Good morning, Greg. And this morning we do have a treat with us. We have one of the Captain Anderson's captains. It's Captain Hillerson on the Star Queen. Good morning, Captain Hillerson.
Good morning.
Now, it looks a little windy out there this morning. What are you seeing where you are?
It's 10 to 15 westerly.
Are you? Is it stirring things that much? Are you seeing much wave action?
Yes, ma'am. It's about 2 to 4 right now, and if it keeps breezing like this, probably going to increase a little.
Now, do you have a lot of folks who are down below sleeping on the way out to your fishing spot?
Yes, ma'am, we do it this time.
That's the best way, I think, to handle those rough seas, is to just go down below and sleep. This is a full day trip? You'll be out till 5 this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am. We'll be back in about 5 o'clock.
Well, it looks like conditions are going to be a little windier before they get better. I expect those winds to get up to about 15 to 20 knots this afternoon, about 2 to 3 foot swells out there. And when you come back into Grand Lagoon this evening, that light to moderate chop is going to be choppy. You probably are going to see some rough conditions, especially coming up if you're coming up through the pass. Water temperatures are very, very warm. Now, when the water's stirred up, does that make it harder to catch fish?
Sometimes, yes, ma'am, depending on what the tide and everything's doing.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us this morning, Captain Tillerson. We hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Captain Dan?
Yes. You wish you were Captain Greg sometimes, don't you? There's just something about it.
Sometimes I am Captain Greg, but we won't go there right now.
In the News 13 studios, you're Captain Greg.
Okay.
All right, after 18 years, there will be a change in leadership for one Calhoun County school.
But not everyone wants the veteran principal to lead, and we'll have to tell us on why she's going when we return.
Drive away an amazing spring offer on the award-winning quality of Buick. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream it out and dream come true. Rendezvous, ride of a luxury car, SUV capability, terrific highway mileage. Use bonus cash to lease a Rendezvous CX for around $279 per month. Call for details. Hurry, hot button bonus cash on every new Buick ends May 31st.
Have you or someone you know suffered a serious injury in an accident? It's never easy to take action against the insurance industry. That's why you need someone with experience in the courtroom. I'm Ed Waborski, a personal injury lawyer with over 25 years of experience. I can help you handle your lawsuit. For serious injuries due to an accident, remember the name, Ed Waborski. You can find me on the spine of your Bell South phone book.
For the highest quality
at the lowest everyday prices,
choose Bohan Furniture. Our extensive showroom features the finest in home furnishings and accessories. We offer the latest in reclining, stationary leather, home office furnishings, as well as luxurious Englander bedding.
Most of our living rooms, dining room, and bedrooms are in stock for immediate delivery.
You're in our enormous warehouse right now with free delivery within 100 miles.
Bohan Furniture,
where you always get more for your money.
Have you ever been told that for a good haircut to just go off base? What they meant was go to Off Base, Off Base Barbershop. Uncle Sam says keep it high and tight. So sit back, relax, you're in the right place. Whether you're military or not, Off Base Barbershop can give you that flat top and hot leatherneck shave that only a barbershop can do. So make sure it's the Off Base Barbershop, where it's still the way it was back then, but better. Off Base Barbershop, 144 North Tyndall Parkway.
Welcome back, everyone. The decision by Calhoun County Superintendent Mary Sue Neves not to renew the contract of an 18-year veteran principal has caused quite a stir of emotions. Neves announced her decision to prevent Alpha School Principal Harriet Peacock from returning next year. She did that on Friday. Peacock, as well as those who knew her best, stood up at Monday night's school board meeting to comment on the decision.
And that's 4 years away. That's right.
Out of their mouth was, Miss Peacock is the fairest and the best person we have working at Alpha School at this time. Why would they want to remove the best?
It didn't matter where we came from or what kind of social status we are. She's just been good to everybody and treats us just like everybody else.
I believe that any decision that Mary Sue Neves makes as our superintendent will be a good decision.
It's great to work in a community that supports you like this. It's a very humbling experience. And no matter what happens in my life, I will take this with me.
Superintendent Neves did not comment on her reasons for replacing Peacock. Peacock, we're told, will be appointed, though, to another position in the school district, but that position was not discussed.
It is 9 before the hour now, and time for Dr. Phil's tip of the day.
I want to talk to you today about children. I'm talking about the children that you come in contact with in this world and the children that you raise as parents. Parenting is more than just putting a roof over your kids' heads. It's more than just putting food on the table. Parenting means that you have to guide them, and you have to guide them towards the right kind of things. And the right kind of thing is not something you get off of a list. It's finding who they authentically are. Every child is gifted differently. They have different skills, abilities, traits, and characteristics. Your job as a parent is to find out what that is. Your children aren't to be raised just in your image. Perhaps they can reflect your values and your beliefs, but everyone is different. Find out what really lights them up, what they're truly good at. Is it music? Is it art? Is it working with their hands? Discover your child every single day and let them live their authentic self.
All right, thanks, Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil can be found right here. What time?
Yeah.
3 o'clock?
You can find him if you got a remote. He's somewhere in there. 3 o'clock Central Time.
That's right. Every day on News 13. Yeah. If you want some controversial issues there, you can watch Dr. Phil. Every day is controversial with him. Let's check in now, though, on the weather across the Panhandle.
Here is meteorologist Judy Dickey with the Weather Watcher temperatures. I bet those weather watchers got some interesting things to say this morning, don't they?
Well, you know, they always have interesting things to say. But yeah, most of the Weather Watcher temperatures 10 to 15 degrees warmer than they got yesterday. I'm hearing about it. Let's get right to it. It is warm and muggy up in Chipley. Bill Shoemaker at 75 degrees. Carl Cressman also used the word muggy up in northeast Jackson County. 73 degrees. It's kind of foggy, about 3/4 mile visibility. Jerry Kearney's at 74 this morning in Fountain. Sharon Zickafoos and even 10 degrees warmer than yesterday at 75 in Callaway Heights. 78 degrees with the Lawtons in Mexico Beach. They were the first caller of the morning. Over in Santa Rosa Beach, Dave Eby says, you know, it's summer in Santa Rosa Beach. 76 degrees this morning. In Rolling Pines, Don Fenley has patchy fog, a bright moon, and 74. Silver Lake, usually a cool spot, but Abby's at 72 today. In Bluntstown, Joe Alford, it's humid, it's cloudy, it's 76 degrees, also 76 and very warm, according to Joe and Melvin in Clarksville. 75 this morning with Betty Donaldson in Howard Creek, and down in Indian Lagoon, Sydney Clark sounded like she couldn't quite believe that it was 78 this morning. We've got lots more to tell you about after the break, so come on back with us.
Breaking news. No matter when news breaks in the Panhandle, no matter where. Count on News 13's Amy Hoyt and Chris Cato to bring you the coverage you need. You'll always get the day's big story, in-depth team coverage. Plus, Jerry Tabbett gives you the Panhandle's most accurate forecast so you can plan for tomorrow's weather. When it's important, this is the team you can trust to cover it. News 13 on your side.
The Panhandle's premier dealer of luxury automobiles is Tommy Thomas Chevrolet.
I was really impressed with the selection of Highline luxury cars at Tommy Thomas Chevrolet. I found their sales representatives very knowledgeable, very helpful, and very friendly. I think it's great that we have a luxury car dealer right here in Panama City. I'll definitely buy there again.
Tommy Thomas Premier, affordable luxury from Tommy Thomas Chevrolet. Drop by to see just how easy it is to get into a special vehicle.
I just can't operate with a headache. No, really, I can't operate. Animals can't tell me what's wrong, but they make a lot of noise trying. I love them all, but they would give me the headaches. That's why I take BC powder. When an emergency comes through the door, I have to be ready to go. BC powder dissolves faster than tablets. BC is fast. It stops my headaches just like that. BC powder, the Greyhound of pain relievers.
Get behind the wheel. It's a Sealy. What a car, huh?
This is why we don't make cars, but we do make the mattress more people sleep on than any other. It's made for sleep. It's a Sealy.
The Sleep Center has the area's largest selection of Sealy Posturepedic, along with a knowledgeable staff and a computer that analyzes your body's pressure points and tells you what mattress is right for you. So come on by the Sleep Center and take a nap. We're located on 23rd Street. Just look for the big red canopy.
Welcome back, everyone. Last week, we brought you a special 3-part report revisiting the 1977 murder of 4 Springfield residents who were caught in the middle of a drug cartel. The murders are otherwise known as the Sandy Creek murders. In our weekly series, Scene of the Crime, this week we give you the interesting saga of what became of the boat the drug smugglers used. Now, let's take you back. 2 men and 2 women were killed for being at the wrong place at the wrong time when they innocently drove up here to Sandy Creek that night in 1977. They were killed for witnessing a drug smuggling operation. The operation the victims witnessed took place on a shrimp boat named the Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke was anchored in East Bay near the mouth of Sandy Creek, where 12 men waited to unload 20 tons of high-grade Colombian marijuana. Trying to follow this? After the killings, the smugglers sank the boat with all of that marijuana to hide the crime. Now, former head of Marine Patrol anti-smuggling Lavelle Pitts describes what he saw the day they discovered this sunken boat.
They moved some of the cables and the marijuana started popping up all over the water. You know, there's bales of rotten marijuana, smelling terrible. But it was just big bales. They'd shoot up the top of the water.
Pitts says the boat was still holding almost 10 tons of pot. The evidence was crucial in the federal smuggling trials. Out of the 16 men charged with the crime, only 8 went to trial. 4 of those were acquitted. Pitt calls this crime the most disappointing case in his 35 years of law enforcement. Well, that was a trip down memory lane. A new half hour of News 13 this morning starts in 2 minutes. We're going to have an update on the statewide manhunt for a murder suspect when News 13 this morning returns.
Amy Hoyt's Medical Watch is on your side Thursday at 5 on News 13.
Calhoun Carpet Spring Blowout. Granite countertops starting at $34.99. Carpet starting at $5.99. Ceramic tiles starting at 79 cents a square foot.
If you can't find it at the superstore, it probably isn't me.
Kids.
Hi folks, welcome to Panama City Toyota in our 14th annual Memorial Week sales drive. Your favorite and most opportune time to own America's best automotive value, a new 2005 Toyota. Today through Tuesday, May 31st, join us for an entire week of record-setting volume sales. Incredible cash incentives, amazing interest rates, unheard of trade allowances, and our commitment to 100% customer satisfaction make now the best time ever to own Toyota quality. Only from Panama City Toyota, where relationships are born.
The best home cooking around, made from scratch the old-fashioned way. Your very own Whistle Stop Cafe. Granny Kendrill's.
Are you hungry? My favorite cereal is Honey Bunches of Oats.
Every spoonful is a little different. You got 3 kinds of flakes.
Clusters are more of a crunch, you know, where the flakes are more of a crisp.
It's the cereal you'd make if you made cereal.
It's like a mouthful of joy.
Chrysler Town & Country, with the exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage system. There when you need it, not there when you don't.
Get 0% financing or $2,500 cash allowance through May. Get an extra $1,000 bonus cash. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Hardwood Liquidators is now open in North Florida. Hardwood Liquidators has the largest selection of in-stock laminates and hardwoods in Bay County. Our prices are always wholesale to the public. Shop where other dealers shop. Hardwood Liquidators.
Live from WMBB, this is News 13 This Morning on your side.
Well, it's taken nearly 30 years to identify the body of this boy. Now, Gulf County authorities are investigating it as a murder.
Plus, we'll tell you about the important medical tests you need to stay healthy.
And boy, is it a warm morning. It's going to be a hot afternoon.
And with National Boating Safety Week upon us, I've got an expert in the field here to give us a few tips on helping keep us all safe. That's coming up. News 13 This Morning starts right now.
Good morning, everyone. It is 80 degrees, a hot and steamy Tuesday morning. We're looking live right now outside of the News 13 studios at 6 a.m. Thanks for tuning in to News 13 This Morning. I'm Angela Sacitano.
And I'm Greg Sherrod. Always good to have you along. Here we are on a Tuesday and just moving along with the month of May. As a matter of fact, almost over. Only a week left, you know.
Memorial Day weekend right around the corner, and it feels like the summer already. That's for sure. Anyone who's had a chance to walk outside this morning, it is hot, it is steamy, it is uncomfortable.
It's something we're going to be getting used to, that's for sure. Here's meteorologist Judy Dickey with the first look at weather.
Now, uncomfortable is a matter of opinion. If you're able to go outside You might actually enjoy this weather, but it is very warm, unseasonably warm, much warmer than average, and we're not seeing much of relief along the coast. The difference between inland and coastal areas is only a few degrees. Winds mostly out of the west right now. We already are seeing some patchy fog pretty much everywhere. 79 this morning in Destin. It'll get a little breezy out there later this afternoon, about 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the west. Destin will be the coolest spot in the Panhandle at 89 degrees. Most of you will see highs in the mid-90s and no rain. I'll tell you more about this weather pattern in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Judy. Gulf County investigators have now identified a human skeleton found back in 1979. They believe the person was murdered. The remains were found more than a quarter century ago, 3 miles west of Weehawken off Highway 22. Shortly after the discovery, an anthropologist determined the skeleton belonged to a white male in his late teens with deformities in his legs, possibly walking with a limp or leg braces. But that's where the identification ended. Deputies worked on the case for years and could not figure out who the victim was. But now, thanks to advancements in DNA testing, the remains have been identified as this boy, 17-year-old Rocky Lewis Berry. His family says he ran away from home in Yakima, Washington back in 1978. They believe he hitchhiked his way to our area in the Panhandle. Now investigators are trying to figure out exactly how this boy died. Investigator Chris Buchanan says they believe Berry was murdered, but no further details are being released. The Gulf County Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who remembers anything about this case. Remember, these remains were found in 1979, 3 miles west of Weehawken off Highway 22. If you know anything about the murder of this young boy, please give Gulf County Sheriff's Office a call, 227-1115. The Panama City Police Department is still working this morning to find 2 men in connection with the stabbing and killing of a Bay County teenager. Authorities are looking for 22-year-old Darius Terrell. They say he stabbed 17-year-old Tristan Robinson to death Friday night at the Panavilla Apartments. This is video from the crime. After the stabbing, several people jumped Terrell and beat him. Police believe he may still need medical attention. Investigators are also looking for this man, Panama City resident 16-year-old Marquez Carroll. Carroll is wanted for firing shots into an occupied home in retaliation of the stabbing. Police say tips are coming in, but they need more help. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers 785-TIPS.
Before you buy that new boat this summer, you may want to make sure there is space available to dock it. Some marinas in and around Panama City and Panama City Beach have waiting lists, hundreds of boats long. And now the county is looking at waterfront property in Southport to alleviate the overcrowding. The convenience of Sun Harbor Marina off 15th Street in Panama City makes it a sought-after marina for boat owners. Right now, the marina has a waiting list with more than 300 boats on it. Last year's hurricane damage and the population boom has made space limited all around town. Now, to solve the problem, the county is looking to build a marina on this property in Sheepshead Bayou. Bay County Leisure Services Representative Steve Moore says the area is more than 5 acres wide.
Right around near where Sheephead Bayou is, there's 4 ramps within about a 2-mile area.
Moore says the county would have to dredge the area because the water is only a few feet deep, but he believes the possibilities are limitless. The county owns the land in Southport, but there are still financial issues to consider. County Commission Chairman George Gaynor says the commission is also looking into buying the current airport property. He says it could be a prime location for a county marina. Gulf County could soon be facing the same problem with lack of marina space. The city of Port St. Joe is in the process of selling the Port St. Joe Marina to the St. Joe Company. The marina is located on St. Joseph Bay off Marina Drive in Port St. Joe. The St. Joe Company has run the marina since it was built 6 years ago. The city has just announced it will sell the marina to the St. Joe Company. St. Joe plans to build waterfront condominiums at the site. Mayor Frank Pate says the deal is a positive for the area, bringing the first set of condos to Port St. Joe and furthering growth.
They need to do where they can do what they want to do to help their development. Really, that's the main purpose of it.
The marina is valued at $4.8 million. Mayor Pate believes St. Joe will not make the marina private, but says they may build a second marina nearby. Now, part of the deal also includes St. Joe giving the city land to expand an area park, build a recreation site, and build a new cemetery. The sale of the marina should be complete in mid-June.
All right, well, it is 6:06 and 80 degrees outside. Here's a look at what's happening in the day ahead. The city of Panama City will hold a commission meeting at 4 p.m. It will be the first meeting for Mayor Lauren DeGeorge.
The Lynn Haven City Commission meets tonight at 7 o'clock.
Beach renourishment as well as the Indian Summer Festival are on the agenda for the Tourist Development Council. They meet this morning at 9 a.m. And still ahead on News 13 this morning.
Well, it is National Boating Safety Week all week long. So what can you do to practice boating safety?
Well, Greg, it's actually pretty simple, and we've got an expert right here in the field to help us out with it this morning. We're going to ask him a few questions and be talking to Coasty here coming up.
Thanks, Robbie. Love Coasty. What a personality. Just wait for that. It's 6:07, live look from our Panama City cam. Hang around. We have your forecast coming up next here on News 13 this morning.
You're watching News 13 this morning on your side. Storm Team 13's live True View Doppler, brought to you in part by Yamaha Sea-Doo of Panama and by Comcast.
An all-new Oprah, my own wildest dream comes true. A Legends Luncheon.
It was so unbelievable. She hands all of us diamond earrings. I didn't know about this.
And an unforgettable reaction. Now we have another shockaroo. Plus, get ready for one more surprise. Actually, it's more like 100 next Oprah.
Today at 4 on News 13 on your side.
Early detection and treatment of eye diseases are key to maintaining your sight.
Our eye disease team has been specifically trained to detect and treat eye disease.
We use the most modern procedures, techniques, and equipment.
And offer patients the latest in vision rehabilitation, occupational therapy, and visual aids.
If you have or suspect you have an eye disease, don't wait.
Call today.
Your sight may depend on it.
It's happening now. The Dodge Memorial Day sales event. Get great deals on Grand Caravan with stow and go seating and storage, Dodge Ram with Hemi Power, the all-new Dakota, the versatile Magnum, and the big size and smooth ride of Durango. Right now, qualified returning Daimler Chrysler lessees can lease a Grand Caravan SXT with available stow and go seating and storage for just $259 a month. Hurry in for great deals on the Dodge lineup at the Memorial Day sales event. Offers end May 31st.
Overlooking the water on beautiful Mexico Beach is Toucan's Restaurant. The laid-back atmosphere makes Toucan's the place to go to spend some time away from the daily hustle and bustle. You can enjoy our early bird specials from 4 to 6 p.m. or try our award-winning seared tuna, all in the comfort of our climate-controlled deck. Some other favorites include our stuffed grouper and our Gulf shrimp and scallop dinners. We're located at 812 Highway 98 in Mexico Beach. That's not far from Panama City, just 15 minutes east of Kendall Air Force Base. So come to Toucan's and get away today.
You're watching News 13 this morning with Craig Sherrod, Angela Sacitano, and Storm Team 13 meteorologist Judy Dickey.
We welcome you back on the 24th morning of May, looking live from our Panama City cam this morning. 80 degrees, it's 6:10.
Yes, Judy Dickey joining us, and I said earlier it was uncomfortable out. It was just kind of shocking how hot it is in
really
early morning when
is.
I'm up at 2 in the morning, you know.
Well, and it's true, exactly. Leaving the house in the dark and early, and you expect, you know, a nice cool sensation, and it's really not. It's warm and breezy and humid and foggy. Wow, it feels like summer. I mean, it really
Where's
does.
it coming from?
Well, it's coming from yesterday's weather that didn't move out in the Gulf like I expected it to, and so it's just continued to warm up.
Yeah.
Look at temperatures right now. 80 at the Panama City Airport, mid-70s most places, even up in the northern Panhandle where it's usually so much cooler. Only 2 degrees difference this morning between Destin and Crestview. There is fog being reported throughout the Panhandle, some places a little heavier like Mariana. Also a light westerly breeze. But look at temperatures around the southeast. We're in this very warm corridor where temperatures are close to 80, but you don't have to go very far to find temperatures in the 60s. Just head up to northern Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina. That big difference is because that's where the frontal boundary is. High pressure down in the Gulf of Mexico slowed it down yesterday. So yesterday's hot air is still in place. Now, this is technically a cold front, but the air behind it is only slightly cooler than the air ahead of it. As it goes through tonight, it is going to cause some showers down in the Gulf of Mexico, but we're probably not going to see anything over the Panhandle. Tomorrow, the hot air is down in South Florida. We're left with the warm air that's behind it, and that's the best you can hope for in a cold front in May. Here's your forecast for today, then. Lots of sunshine, beautiful looking day, but easily the hottest day of the week. Highs will be in the mid-90s for most of the Panhandle, and the wind today out of the west as strong as 15 to 20 miles an hour. That's not a true sea breeze, so you're not going to see temperatures much lower along the beaches. Highs there right around 90 degrees. Now, that front passes through in the evening, late evening today, which is going to allow slightly cooler conditions. You'll see showers down in the Gulf of Mexico, not over land, and our lows tomorrow morning a lot closer to average, lower 60s inland and upper 60s along the coast. Then tomorrow we go back to an average afternoon with highs in the mid-80s. Tomorrow's wind still a little bit strong and gusty, but west to northwesterly. Again, not a sea breeze, so not much difference between inland and coastal areas. The heat and humidity, they are going to stay right there in place on Thursday and Friday. We could see a few showers Thursday night into Friday morning, just as the tail end of this front gets sort of pushed back onshore by that Gulf high. Then our next good chance for rain is not going to be until Memorial Day weekend. A few isolated thunderstorms Saturday afternoon, a little bit more widespread thunderstorm activity on Sunday afternoon, and then back to very, very isolated on Memorial Day afternoon. Well, let's go ahead and check in now with our resident sportsman, Jim Wilson, and Florida Outdoor Adventures.
Listen, this weekend, if you want to have some exciting fun fishing, go over and fish in the Bluntstown Rotary Club Big River Flathead Catfish Roundup. It's going to be May 27th and 28th, starts at 4 o'clock Friday and ends at 4 o'clock Saturday. You can win up to $50,000 in cash and prizes if you just one prize if you break the state record for flathead catfish. It's sponsored by the Bluntstown Rotary Club. You can go to bluntstownrotary.com and get all the information, and it'll be a lot of fun. I wish I was going to be there, but Pat and I are going to be in Chicago. Let's go back now and join News 13 this morning.
Well, thank you, Jim. Right now, let's check out what's making national headlines. Here's ABC's Ron Corning.
And good Tuesday morning, everyone. Here are the headlines from ABC News. The highly emotional issue of stem cell research hits Capitol Hill today. The House takes up 2 bills to increase funding and ease restrictions. President Bush is threatening his first veto if lawmakers vote to lift his ban on federally funded stem cell research. A last-minute deal by Senate moderates makes way for a vote on 3 controversial nominees, but protects the use of the filibuster in some confirmation cases. The 7 Democrats and 7 Republicans defied their party's leadership to reach a compromise. Comedian Jay Leno is expected on the stand today at Michael Jackson's child molestation trial. Leno is expected to testify, that is, about phone calls Jackson's accuser and his mother made to him. Jackson's attorneys could rest their case as early as today, but most likely tomorrow. A Florida teenager who was one of the youngest people in U.S. history to ever face life in prison is back in trouble with the law. Lionel Tate was convicted 4 years ago of killing a playmate. His sentence was eventually overturned. Police now say Tate, who is 18, waved a gun at a police pizza delivery person. He could be sent back to prison for life. And now here are some of the events making news in this day ahead. First Lady Laura Bush heads home after wrapping up her Middle East trip. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security returns Afghani artifacts to President Hamid Karzai at a ceremony in Washington. Testimony continues in the trial of 2 former America West pilots accused of flying drunk. The trial will begin in Miami. And child advocacy groups descend on Washington to urge lawmakers to address the dangers of backover deaths. More than 100 children are killed every year accidentally hit by drivers who are backing up. And coming up on Good Morning America, a double dose of laughs as superstars Adam Sandler and Chris Rock drop by for a live visit together. And that is coming up on Good Morning America right after your local news. And that is some of what ABC News is following at this hour. I'm Ron Corning.
6:16 now on this Tuesday morning. We had to break with trivia, some sports trivia, I guess you could categorize it. What former male doctor, this happened in the mid-70s, had a sex change operation and returned to play professional tennis as a woman? I guess we want the is it before or after answer? I didn't say after answer. We'll be back after this.
Walk me through this. Mr. Goodwrench can service an entire car?
I guess you could call it a one-stop shop.
I could, but I won't, and you can't make me.
What you doing? Goodwrench maintenance. It's like a physical for your car.
That makes you a cardiologist. Obviously, I'm joking.
Find Mr. Goodwrench at all GM dealerships nationwide.
And try it now.
If your skin's dry and thirsty, is your moisturizer running on empty? Introducing new pH2O Everyday Moisturizer by Physoderm. Unlike heavy moisturizers, it goes on light to drench your skin with vitamins and pure moisture. pH2O, what healthy skin's thirsty for.
It's Madagascar Mania at Denny's.
Alex, Gloria, Melman, what are you guys doing here?
Get a Madagascar mask of your favorite character and enter to win a family zoo vacation.
It's a zoo in here.
Join the Madagascar Mania, only at Denny's.
My allergies were so bad. I had to give up a roommate with cats, a boyfriend with cats, and my own love of dogs. Then I found Zyrtec.
No other allergy medicine is approved to treat more indoor and outdoor allergies than Zyrtec, the #1 antihistamine prescribed by allergists. The most common side effects were drowsiness, dry mouth, and tiredness. Since individual results may vary, ask your doctor if Zyrtec is right for you. Lots of allergies, just one Zyrtec.
You're the flame in my heart, the apple of my eye.
Let your senses guide you
The
to an enchanted paradise. A vacation inspired by one of Snuggle's fine fragrances. See specially marked bottles for your chance to win one of 5 truly exotic experiences. No purchase necessary.
Welcome back to News 13 this morning.
Yeah, let's take a look at this trivia question. What former male doctor had a sex change and then returned to actually become a pretty successful professional tennis player as a woman?
Started out Dr. Richard Raskin. Later, after this and that, it became Renee Richards. So there's your answer. Dr. Renee Richards. That happened in the mid-70s. It's 6:19 now. You know, these days there are hundreds of medical tests offered to keep us healthy, but which ones are really necessary? Well, News 13's on your side as we sort out the top 10 medical tests adults should get. Earlier this morning, we looked at blood pressure checks, a cholesterol test, body mass index measurement, annual eye exams, and trips to the dentist at least once a year. Here's News 13's Amy Hoyt with 5 more tests that can diagnose diseases in their early stages to delay or prevent sickness.
Living in Florida usually means trips to the beach or at least time spent in the sun, and that can lead to skin cancer. Dr. Linda Romer, a family practice nurse practitioner, says a skin cancer checkup is important.
We have a little diagram and we mark the abnormal moles and then we monitor them or take them off. And you can do that at home. Skin cancer can be done, screening can be done by a family member.
The next most important test is for women.
Mammograms are lifesavers.
They are also still the best test for early detection for breast cancer.
Because you can get early detection of little calcifications long before you ever feel a lump, and that can lead to early prevention of spreading breast cancer and give you long life.
Women should have their first baseline mammogram at age 40 and every 1 to 2 years after that. If breast cancer runs in your family, you should get a mammogram at a younger age, so talk with your doctor. Also for women, the dreaded annual Pap test. All sexually active women should make an appointment.
No woman should die of cervical cancer. It's just not acceptable because the Pap test actually can pick up early cells that are changing long before they're cancerous.
The Pap test is used to screen women for cancer of the cervix. It detects abnormal cells early. Here's one for men, the PSA blood test for prostate cancer.
It also should be done with a digital rectal exam, and that's what men are usually afraid of, but the two together can offer early detection of prostate cancer. The younger a man is when they get prostate cancer, the poorer the diagnosis, so the earlier detection really saves a younger man's life.
The prostate check is recommended for men at age 50. Unless you have a family history, then you should get checked at age 40. And last but not least, the colonoscopy.
Because colon cancer is one of the #1 killers of men and women combined. It's one of the big predominant cancers, and there's no symptoms until it's late. By the time someone gets abdominal pain or sees some blood in their stool, the colon cancer is way advanced.
If caught early, it's 90% curable. Over 56,000 Americans die from colorectal cancer each year when it could have been prevented.
Well, that was Amy Hoyt reporting, and there are a few other tests to look into. If diabetes runs in your family, you should have your blood sugar checked often, and women should have a bone density test for osteoporosis. If you'd like to read more about these tests, just go to our website, WMBB.com, look for top 10 tests on the home page. And a very good job by our own Amy Hoyt there, as always. 622. And National Boating Safety Week is this week, and one of the busiest weekends on the water is this coming weekend.
Looking forward to it. Memorial Day weekend will attract many boaters to the water, and the United States Coast Guard is preparing for the crowds. News 13's Robbie Thomas joins us live this morning with a special member of the Coast Guard who has tips on how to enjoy this boating season very safely. Good morning, Robbie.
Good morning, Angela. We're out here this morning. We're at Carl Gray Park. We're on the water. It's kind of a gloomy morning, but it's a good morning to talk about boating safety because all week long is National Boating Safety Week, and of course that Memorial Day weekend is coming up. And I've got with me this morning an expert in the field as far as it goes. I've got Coasty, the Coast Guard mascot. Good morning, Coasty.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing fairly well. Thank you very much. Now tell us a little bit about National Boating Safety Week. What are some of the things that boaters around here need to know?
Well, a lot of people don't realize there's so many things about boating that we have to think about, and the biggest thing is about wearing a life jacket. Of course, everybody knows that, but everybody doesn't do it.
Right, everybody knows about wearing a life vest. Now tell me something about, first of all, tell me a little bit about you. How old are you, Coasty?
I'm 5 years old. I was adopted by Flotilla 19 to talk about safety to the kids in Bay County.
So you were adopted to talk strictly about safety, so I take it you weren't racing in those powerboat races last weekend?
Oh, no, they're too big and too fast.
So tell me something, the flotilla does a lot of things that helps with safety. They not only adopted you to talk about it, but you can also get them to inspect your boat.
Oh, yes. We have people to go out there and make sure they have all the equipment on the boat that's required for safety. And people think that we're law enforcement, but we're not. We just want to be safe and tell them what they should have and make them feel comfortable on the water.
Do you have all the safety equipment you need on your boat?
Oh, of course I do.
All right, well, if you folks need to get more information on boating safety, or if you'd actually like to get your boat inspected, you can call Flotilla 19 at 249-4040. Also, Coasty's available for live appearances. This kid gets around, and you can also have him come out to your school, something like that. So again, it's Flotilla 19, 249-4040 for more information, and we'll send it back to Greg and Angela in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, Robbie Thomas at Carl Gray Park with that Coasty. What a character.
Ball of personality. I want to see him move around and stuff. I heard he like dances and does things.
Oh, yeah, he's all over the place.
All right, well, we are going to head over to Judy Dickey. From the looks of Robbie being out there, it looked like it was a pretty clear day. I know for sure it's hot out there. It was hot at 2 in the morning. Judy Dickey is joining us live with more.
Well, it was interesting hearing Robbie talk about how it was a little bit muggy out there, a little dreary looking. That's the fog. We've got fog all over the place. Today is the last day of school if you live in Walton or Liberty counties. Congratulations to those kids. That morning fog is not going to be around very long. It is going to be windy and hot today. Winds out of the west about 15 to 20 miles an hour and temperatures in the mid-90s. Wow, it is unseasonably hot for this time in May. Today gets a B+ for those of you that still have to be in school, but at least for some of you, it is the last day. We've got more coming up after the break. Come on back with us.
Judge Joe Brown. Today at 11:30 on News 13 on your side.
Mark, what did I tell you about skateboarding in the house? Ah, report card.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center. We identify your child's unique needs, followed by individual attention, with flexible hours and progress reports.
His teacher recommended Sylvan, and what a difference.
Now enrolling for summer. Call Sylvan in Panama City, Fort Walton Beach, and Niceville.
Fan open!
It's okay, I'll get it. Wait, before you go in, you might want to check the flag to make sure the water conditions are safe. If it's a red flag, it means the water's too dangerous to go swimming. And if it's a double red flag, it means the beach is closed to the public.
And yellow flag means swim at your own risk, and green flag means it's okay to swim.
And the purple flag means that the marine pests present, like bacteria, are jellyfish.
Well, it's green, so I'll go get the ball.
The flag system's there for you, so know it before you go.
Hi, I'm George Garcia. Come to Mariana Toyota and save hundreds, even thousands, through a May sales event. Buy a new 05 Toyota Tacoma pickup for only $13,979, plus factory rebates as high as $2,500, interest rate as well as 0%. A special lease program makes it easy for you to buy, plus a great selection of used certified Toyotas from Corolla to Sequoias, all price to sale. So come check it out. And remember, Mariana Toyota, if you can't come to us, just give us a call, we drive it to you.
Colon cancer is the second leading killer among all cancers, but if found early is curable 90% of the time. Unfortunately, there are no early symptoms of this deadly disease, which is why a colonoscopy is so important. At the Digestive Diseases Center, having a colonoscopy is virtually pain-free with the most advanced technology and latest equipment in their office and outpatient clinic. You can trust our board-certified gastroenterologists, Drs. Rao, Reddy, Albibi, or Vinlaw at the Digestive Diseases Center and their professional staff to treat you with respect and dignity that you deserve.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 6:27 and a very hot 80 degrees outside already.
It is May 24th, and it's time for morning birthdays. If you're having one today, have a great day today. Somebody should do something for you. Celebrating with celebrities like Tommy Chong. I mean, come on.
What's
what
Tommy
do you say?
Chong?
Tommy Chong of Cheech and Chong.
Oh, of course.
Dude, yeah.
How could I not know that?
Listen to the Big Bamboo album while doing that. And on this date, 64 years ago, born as Robert Zimmerman in Duluth, Minnesota, Bob Dylan. Oh, yeah. Christian Scott Thomas actress and the rest.
Yeah, if you want to send a friend a happy birthday wish, send us a picture to the address on your screen. Don't forget to include a self-addressed stamped envelope.
And we'll be right back. Y'all come back with us.
During the Yamaha Fun Fest Savings Event, family fun just got a lot more affordable at your Yamaha boat dealer. Get zero down, low monthly payments, and 5.99 APR for the life of your loan on all new Yamaha boats, including the new High Output Series with powerful twin engines generating 320 horsepower. Plus, get a free Family Fun in the Sun kit with select models. Now at your Yamaha boat dealer.
Yamaha of Panama, Highway 231, 1.5 blocks north of the Panama City Mall.
A second look inside this secret cult.
Young girls are forced to marry old men.
So why isn't the law stepping in?
How about 14-year-old brides? Does that exist?
I'm not out watching people's personal lives.
You think there's anything wrong with it?
I haven't seen anything wrong with it.
Plus,
you're in a house with a husband and how many other women?
I'm not going to give the number.
Is it more than 20?
And the two girls who escaped.
Did they go back?
All new Dr. Phil.
Today at 3 on News 13 on your side.
Good morning, good times, bring on the sunshine with Regis and Kelly. They're on your way. And out to find where the stars come to play. With Regis and Kelly, yeah, your morning's made. One thing is clear, great days start here.
Great days start with America's #1 daytime talk show. Today at 9 on News 13 on your side.
On the next, Everybody Loves Raymond. It's another holiday with the in-laws.
Can I watch TV now?
No, Frank.
Why don't we do a puzzle?
Puzzle? Sure.
Let the games begin.
Sacred death?
It was dark in the closet and I just saw the word sacred.
A heavy metal puzzle.
Here, look, it says 500 pieces of head-banging fun.
Catch all the laughs on the next Everybody Loves Raymond.
Tonight at 6:30 on News 13 on your side. Live from WMBB, this is News 13 This Morning on your side.
Good morning, everyone. It is 80 degrees outside the News 13 studios. A very hot and steamy Tuesday morning. We're taking a live look right now over Panama City. We appreciate you waking up and tuning into News 13 this morning. I'm Angela Sacitano.
And I'm Greg Sherrod. Here's what's making headlines on this Tuesday, May 24th. Authorities have finally identified a body found more than 25 years ago.
And a murder suspect is still on the loose, eluding police since Friday.
And as more condos go up, marina slips are in short supply.
We're going to have all that and more coming up in this half hour. But first, we check in on that forecast with Storm Team 13 meteorologist Judy Dickey joining us now with a live look. Judy.
Well, it is warm and humid and a little foggy out there this morning, and we're not seeing much of a difference between coastal areas and inland areas. Just about everyone close to 80 this morning. It is 80 at the Panama City Airport, 75 in Mariana, 77 both in Apalachicola and Crestview. Defuniak Springs, 76 degrees, winds out of the west, some fog up there, not too bad. This afternoon, it'll be one of the warmest places in the Panhandle, mid-90s. A beautiful sunny day, a nice steady wind out of the west. That'll make it feel just slightly cooler. This is going to be the hottest day of the week. I'll tell you more about it in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Judy. Gulf County investigators have now identified a human skeleton found back in 1979, and they believe the person was murdered. The remains were found more than a quarter century ago, 3 miles west of Weewahitchka off Highway 22. Shortly after the discovery of the skeleton, an anthropologist determined the bones belonged to a white male in his late teens with deformities in his legs, possibly walking with a limp or leg braces. But that's where the identification ended. Deputies worked on the case for years and could not figure out who the victim was. Until now, thanks to advancements in DNA testing, deputies have announced that they have determined the remains and they belong to this boy, 17-year-old Rocky Lewis Berry. His family says he ran away from his home in Yakima, Washington in 1978. They believe he hitchhiked his way to our area in the Panhandle. Now investigators are trying to figure out exactly how this young boy died. Investigator Chris Buchanan is on the case, and he says he believes Berry was murdered. No further details are being released. The Gulf County Sheriff's Office is putting out the word to anyone who lived in this area around 1979, especially in the Weewahitchka area. Remember, this body was found just about 3 miles west of Weewahitchka off Highway 22. If you know anything about the case, the murder of this young boy, call Gulf County Sheriff's Office 227-1115.
The Panama City Police Department is still working this morning to find 2 men in connection with the stabbing and killing of a Bay County teenager. Authorities looking for 22-year-old Darius Terrell. They say he stabbed 17-year-old Tristan Robinson to death Friday night at the Pana Villa Apartments. This is video from the crime scene here on Friday. After the stabbing, several people jumped Terrell and beat him. And police believe he may need medical attention. Investigators are also looking for another guy. This man, Panama City resident 16-year-old Marquez Carroll. Carroll is wanted for firing multiple shots into an occupied home in retaliation of the stabbing. Police say tips are coming in, but they still need more help. And if you have any information to help them out, you can call Crime Stoppers at 785-TIPS.
Florida taxes are now being used to provide registered sex offenders with the drug Viagra.
This begins our look at news from around the state. Reports show Medicaid has paid more than $93,000 to provide Viagra to 218 sex offenders in Florida over the last 4 years. A loophole lets sex offenders receive the drug through the state and federal health care program. The state learned of the loophole after a New York audit that showed a similar problem there.
A school bus driver in Punta Gorda, that's Southwest Florida, is facing criminal charges. Take a look at this compelling video. The bus's security camera caught 66-year-old Albert Taylor actually grabbing students, as you see here, and physically harming them. Apparently he was fighting with a 13 and a 15-year-old after one of the boys told him to, quote, watch his language. A disturbing video there. Taylor is being charged with a misdemeanor. The boys face felony charges, believe it or not, of assaulting a school officer.
A school bus full of children crashed through a home in Miami Monday. Authorities are still investigating what happened, but somehow the bus crashed into 2 cars and then a house. Investigators say one of the cars was stolen. None of the children on the bus were injured.
All right, well, it is 6:35.
And a little bit later on, we're going to talk about, well, you know what? No procrastination. Let's talk about boating safety now. It's an important topic, especially as Memorial Day weekend approaches.
Yeah, you just love living by the seat of your pants there, don't you?
I love it.
Robbie Thomas is out there. Robbie, can you hear us?
Sure can, Angela. That's right. This week, all week long, is National Boating Safety Week, and I have got the #1 expert in the field with me right here. He's got a few things to tell us coming up.
Thanks a lot, Robbie. Looking live from our Panama City cam right now at 6:36, and meteorologist Judy Dickey has all the happenings on the weather. Hey, what?
You know, it is so warm outside. I wish I could show you how warm it is, but you're just going to have to step outside. It is unmistakable. Temperatures this morning running in the mid-70s to right around 80 degrees. We're also getting reports of this kind of fog all over the Panhandle and a pretty nice steady westerly wind. That will come into play later on this afternoon. Here are the current temperatures. They haven't budged in most places for about the last 3 hours. These are our lows for the morning just about everywhere. But take a look at the rest of the southeastern United States. We're in a corridor of very, very warm air. But if you just head up into northern Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina, it's a lot cooler, about 15 degrees cooler. Lows there are in the 60s. And that's because they're on the other side of this front. Now, it's technically a cold front, but in May, that means the difference between hot air and warm air. This front was supposed to come through yesterday, but high pressure in the Gulf has really slowed it down. Now, it'll continue southward during the day today. We'll have hot conditions through the afternoon, but this evening, that front pushes through. That's going to cause some shower activity down in the Gulf of Mexico. Probably nothing that's going to help us. And then tomorrow, it'll just be warm instead of hot. We'll go back to a more average May weather pattern. Here's what it's going to look like then. Beautiful, beautiful weather today. We do have that little bit of fog, but it's not going to last long at all as the temperature rises quickly and the wind picks up out of the west. It's probably going to get to be about 15 to 20 miles an hour this afternoon. Look at the temperatures, though. Easily the hottest day of the week, mid-90s for most of the Panhandle. And because we're not getting a true sea breeze this afternoon, even the coasts, even the beaches are going to be up around 90 degrees. Lots of sunshine today, no rain. As that front pushes through this evening, it is going to cause a little bit of shower activity down in the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing that's going to help us, and it is going to bring in slightly cooler temperatures. Lower 60s inland and mid to upper 60s along the coast tomorrow morning. This is a lot closer to our average lows for May the 25th. Tomorrow afternoon, we get closer to our average highs for May the 25th. Mid-80s across the board. Wind tomorrow out of the northwest, still a little strong, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So again, you don't see much of a coastal influence. It'll be just as warm in Panama City as it is up into Funiac Springs. Moving towards the weekend, well, the tail end of that front, the end that was back in Louisiana, may brush the coast on Thursday night, which would bring us just a little bit of shower activity then. Other than that, partly cloudy Thursday and Friday, very warm and humid. The next good chance for rain doesn't come in until Memorial Day weekend. Some scattered afternoon thunderstorms on Saturday, and then a little bit more widespread activity on Sunday. Thunderstorms possible during the second half of the day. Monday, Memorial Day, again, just a few isolated afternoon storms. So our best chance for rain right now looks like it's going to be Sunday.
Well, that sounds perfect. If we can have the rain, but then try to escape it on Memorial Day.
Oh, absolutely. Get out, do your boating, have your picnic, your barbecue, have a lunchtime barbecue, and then it'll rain in the afternoon. Cross your fingers, it'll rain in the
afternoon. And actually have a lawn, a healthy lawn to sit on.
That would be nice.
From having the rain. All right. Thanks, Judy. All right. We have much more ahead on News 13 this morning.
Area marinas, or area boaters, I should say condo development is taking away marina slips. More on this when we return here on News 13 this morning.
You're watching News 13 this morning on your side. Some competitors are talking trash about outselling Ford. Well, it's time for them to put up or shut up. It's the Big Truck Throwdown, and 0% APR means up to $7,500 in savings on Explorer. Or get package savings, bonus cash, and 0% APR for over $10,000 in total savings on Expedition. That includes something that competition can't match, a powerful third row. No wonder Ford is America's best-selling brand. See your local Southern Ford dealer now. The throwdown ends May 31st.
For some, getting a mortgage can be uncomfortable.
Tower Flight 214, request approach.
Flight 214, tower. Be advised, thunderstorm over the field. Reported wind shear. 214, roger. 214, proceed to holding.
At Tyndall Federal Credit Union, we make getting a mortgage a comfortable experience. Stop by our mortgage department and you'll find professionals with a wide variety of mortgage loans.
Flight 214, you're clear to land.
Tyndall Federal Credit Union. We won't leave you up in the air.
Don't move a muscle. Don't blink, don't swallow, don't smile. Think about being trapped in your own body. It's ALS. You lose function in every muscle. Finally, you can't breathe. ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. MDA scientists are going to stop this killer. We targeted ALS years ago. MDA scientists have developed the first solid advances against ALS, and MDA's not letting up until there's a cure. Who's working harder than MDA to stop ALS? Nobody.
Some people prefer the functionality of the Element. Some prefer the rugged versatility of the CR-V. Others just like the room and power of the 8-passenger Pilot. Given that all three have been rated an excellent value, and Honda has been rated best brand resale value, no matter which one you choose, it'll be the right choice. The CR-V, the Pilot, the Element from Honda. Now you can lease a Honda Pilot EX for $279 a month for well-qualified buyers.
You're watching News 13 This Morning. Craig Sherrod, Angela Sacitano, and Storm Team 13 meteorologist Judy Dickey.
We welcome you back on this Tuesday morning. It is now 6:42. Before you buy that new boat this summer, you may want to make sure there is a space available to dock it. Some marinas in and around Panama City and Panama City Beach have waiting lists, hundreds of boats long, and now the county is looking at waterfront property in Southport to alleviate the overcrowding. 4 times I had a chance to say that word right. 4 times I screwed it up. Alleviate that word from the script. The convenience of Sun Harbor Marina off 15th Street in Panama City makes it a sought-after marina for boat owners right now. The marina has a waiting list with more than 300 boats on it. Now, last year's hurricane damage and the population boom has made space limited all around town. To solve the problem, the county is looking to build a marina on this property in Sheepshead Bayou. Bay County Leisure Services Representative Steve Moore says the area is more than 5 acres wide.
Right around there where Sheephead Bayou is, there's 4 ramps within about 2-mile area.
Moore says the county would have to dredge the area because the water is only a few feet deep, but he believes the possibilities are limitless. The county owns the land in Southport, but there are still financial issues to consider. County Commission Chairman George Gaynor says the commission is also looking into buying the current airport property. He says it could be a prime location for a county marina. Gulf County could soon be facing the same problem with lack of marina space. The city of Port St. Joe is in the process of selling the Port St. Joe Marina to the St. Joe Company. The marina is located on St. Joseph Bay off Marina Drive in Port St. Joe. The St. Joe Company has run the marina since it was built 6 years ago. The city has just announced it will sell the marina to the St. Joe Company. St. Joe plans to build waterfront condominiums at the site. Mayor Frank Pate says the deal is a positive for the area, bringing the first set of condos to Port St. Joe and furthering growth.
They need to do where they can do what they want to do to help their development. Really, that's the main purpose of it.
The marina is valued at $4.8 million. Mayor Pate believes St. Joe will not make the marina private, but says they may build a second marina nearby. A part of the deal also includes St. Joe giving the city land to expand an area park and build a recreation site and also build a new cemetery. And they say that the sale of the marina should be complete by middle of June.
Yeah, sounds like it's a very intense deal going on. I think most people in Port St. Joe are just worried about the marina and will they be able to dock their boats there, or will the new condos going up take all of residents living there take all of the boat slips? So we will be following that for you. But in the meantime, are you aware of your boat's occupancy limit? Did you know the laws for driving under the influence are exactly the same for boating under the influence?
It could pay for you to be familiar with boating regulations before it costs you out of the water. And News 13's Robbie Thomas joins us live now with a special representative for the Coast Guard to tell us more about boating safety. Good morning, Robbie.
Good morning, Greg. That's right. We're out here this morning. We're at Carl Gray Park, and we're talking about boating safety. We're right here next to the boat ramp, which is a good spot to talk about it. And I am joined this morning by Coastie here for the U.S. Coast Guard. Coastie, you're 5 years old, right?
Yes, sir. I'm 5 years old. My birthday's today.
You're a very polite 5-year-old.
Oh, thank you so much. My daddy is a Coast Guard cutter, and he told me to be polite to people.
Oh, well, if my dad was a Coast Guard cutter, I think I would behave too. Now, you've got some boating safety tips for us, right?
Yes, I sure do, especially for children.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things we can do to be ready for Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be a big weekend on the water.
Oh, yes, Memorial Day is a big time. We want to be safe out there. We want to make sure that everybody has the right equipment on their boat. And most importantly, of course, is wearing life jackets. Boat smart and wear it and be safe.
And now, I know you're out here to talk about boating safety this morning, but you're 5 years old, and I know you want to show off a little bit. Show us some of your bells and whistles.
Oh, well, I can blink my eyes. I can even give you a wink. Hi there. And then I can turn my siren on if I want to. But it's loud and hurts your ears. We always tell kids to be quiet. And I also have a big bright light, too. See? Wow.
That is a big bright light. And now you also go out to schools and talk to kids?
Oh, yes. We like to go to kids' schools and tell them, because if children learn about safety, they tell their parents. And sometimes they even tell their parents, hey, you better put your life jacket on, Mommy.
All right, well, Coastie, thank you very much for coming out here and joining me this morning. If you folks are interested in having Coastie come out to your school, or if you'd like to know more about boating safety, we've got an article up on WMBB.com, but you can also give Flotilla 19 of the U.S. Coast Guard a call, U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. It's 249-4040. They'll actually inspect your boat for you and tell you everything you need to know as far as boating regulations to get ready for that big Memorial Day weekend. And we'll send it back to Greg and Angela now in the News 13 studio.
All right, thanks, Robbie. Well, coming up after the break, we're going to have information about a new pool, a public pool that's being built in Walton County to cool down residents there.
Yeah, over in Freeport, we'll have details when we come back.
Roger's coordinates, 356 Maple Lane. Confirmation.
People who have seen ERA technology might think we're rocket scientists. That's because they visited the most cutting-edge site in real estate. Enjoy our talking photo galleries. You can even use your cell phone to surf our website.
I'm interested in your Maple Lane house.
All on ERA.com. Maybe that's why J.D. Power & Associates ranked ERA the highest overall satisfaction for first-time home buyers. It's another way. We're always there for you.
If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you may have discovered that the insurance laws can be very confusing. However, you can be sure that the adjuster representing the insurance company will know those laws and have only their best interests at heart. At Manuel & Thompson, we specialize in representing victims of automobile negligence. All of our partners are national and state certified trial lawyers, and we will have your best interest at heart. If you need our help, please call for a free consultation.
Elections in Bay County were heated last year, and now new questions about possible campaign violations are heating things up again. Wednesday at 6 on News 13 on your side. Candidates are required to give the elections office names and addresses of everyone who donated to their campaign.
I don't know where they got this address from.
Is it surprising to you that we have a James Mass listed at your address?
Now we're asking the questions that need to be answered about possible campaign violations in this News 13 on your side special report, Wednesday night at 6.
At Carpet Connection, we offer you the best selection and lowest prices in Bay County. We make sure you are completely satisfied. Carpet Connection, located on Jinx Avenue, just 1 block north of 23rd Street.
Carpet Connection, wall-to-wall quality.
Join me, Dr. Phil at 3 and Oprah at 4, followed by the Panhandle's best newscast at 5 with Amy Hoyt and Chris Cato right here on News 13 on your side.
Get Judy Justice.
Today at 11 on News 13 on your side.
Welcome back, everyone. 6:49, 80 degrees outside on a hot summer day like this one, kind of. I guess it's summer. Some would say there's nothing better than taking a swim to cool down, but not everyone has the luxury of having a swimming pool in their backyard. Walton County is building a public pool. It's going to be located behind Freeport City Hall on Highway 20. News 13's Chris Mitchell gives us a splash before the grand opening.
This new Olympic-sized pool is about to be open to the public, and many people say they can't wait because they say they can go just about any time, unlike going to the beach.
Well, there are days when the water's too rough to go in, or there's sea life, dangerous marine life there where they could get stung. So the pool is a nice recreation alternative.
Some groups like the YMCA are interested in running the pool, making the new public pool even more attractive to some.
It's family oriented, and you know, you're not going to have a bunch of people in there that aren't supposed to be there, you know.
Some say they'll have other motives than just a swim.
You'll meet new friends.
In Freeport, Chris Mitchell, News 13 on your side.
And Walton County officials hope to have that new pool open in early June, in just a few weeks.
The decision by Calhoun County Superintendent Mary Sue Neves not to renew the contract of an 18-year veteran principal has caused quite a stir of emotions. Neves announced her decision to prevent Alpha School Principal Harriet Peacock from returning next year last Friday. Peacock, as well as those who knew her best, stood up at Monday night's school board meeting to comment on the decision.
My children were so disturbed, and the first comment out of their mouth was, Miss Peacock is the fairest and the best person we have working at Alpha School at this time. Why would they want to remove the best?
It didn't matter where we came from or what kind of social status we are. She's just been good to everybody and treats us just like everybody else.
I believe that any decision that Mary Sue Neves makes as our superintendent will be a good decision.
It's great to work in a community that supports you like this. It's a very humbling experience, and no matter what happens in my life, I will take this with me.
The superintendent did not comment on her reasons for replacing Peacock. Peacock will be appointed to another position in the school district, but that position was not discussed.
It is 6:52 and 80 degrees outside, and time for your gardening tip of the day. Here's Master Gardener Lori Kempton.
Good morning. We're going to finish up talking about some of the heavier tools that are required for gardening. And the first thing I want you to get, and this is going to be to your right, is the heavy metal fork. And you can use this to rake up heavy debris or to smooth out new areas for gardening. Very handy to have. A pitchfork. If you're going to grow any kind of bulb or perennial or move any of your shrubs around, what you're going to do, you're going to want a pitchfork. It won't cut those feeder roots. Heavy rake for leaves, and you got it. Go garden. Now back to News 13 this morning.
All right, and cool wagon.
Yeah, are you learning anything through these?
You bet I am.
All right.
Learning how to pronounce alleviate. Thank you, Lori.
All right, we'll be back after the break.
Here's a look at lottery numbers. Good luck.
Jerry Tablett's accurate True View forecast, part of Storm Team 13 on your side.
If you want top quality and fuel efficiency in your car, you must come to Marshall Volkswagen today. The new Jetta gets 30 miles per gallon and has special financing of 3.9% for up to 66 months. Marshall Volkswagen's new Beetle gets 25 miles per gallon and has 2.9% APR for up to 66 months, as does our Passat sedan. Come home to Marshall Volkswagen, where you're always welcome and never pressured to buy.
How's the homework going?
I'm almost done.
Honey, you've really turned it around. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Mom. You know, for everything.
This moment brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center. We identify your child's unique needs, followed by individual attention, with flexible hours and progress reports.
No wonder her teacher recommended Sylvan.
Now enrolling for summer. Call Sylvan in Panama City, Fort Walton Beach, and Niceville.
Folks, now through Memorial Day at Home Place, we're going to give you free cookies, free lemonade, and a store full of fabulous furniture values. This is not a sale on a few limited items. You'll find special savings in every department. Bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, entertainment walls, and accessories. Plus, buy now, enjoy interest-free financing until 2007. Store-wide savings now through Memorial Day. There's no place like home. Place.
Save big during the Yamaha Fun Fest savings event at your Yamaha Wave Runner dealer. Get zero down, payments as low as $59 a month, and 6.99 APR until 2007 on all new Wave Runners, including the award-winning 4-stroke VX110 series, starting at just $69.99. Plus, get $500 of free accessories with select models. Now at your Yamaha Wave Runner dealer.
Yamaha of Panama, Highway 231, 1.5 blocks north of the Panama City Mall.
This segment brought to you by the new Wave 100, playing the best from the 70s, 80s, and more. The new Wave 100.
Welcome back, everyone. 6:55. Let's take a look at what's happening in the day ahead. The City of Panama City holding a commission meeting, 4 p.m. It will be the first meeting for Mayor Lauren DeGeorge.
The Lynn Haven City Commission meets tonight. That meeting's set for 7 o'clock.
And beach renourishment, as well as the Indian Summer Festival, are on the agenda for the Tourist Development Council in Panama City today. The council meets at 9 a.m. All right, that's news for now.
Here's Chris Cato with a look at what's coming up tonight.
Thanks and good morning, everyone. Hope your Tuesday is off to a great start. Here's a quick look at some of the stories we'll have for you later today on News 13. Will former Panama City Mayor Jerry Clemens be appointed to the Airport Authority? Well, there are those who think he will. We'll have a report from tonight's City Commission meeting. And I guess you could say it's the final edition of Cooper's News. The longtime business in downtown Panama City is closing for good today. We'll take a look at what this reminder of the past means to people in this area. These stories and more coming up a little later today on News 13 live at 5, at 6, and at 10. We'll see you then.
All right, thanks, Chris. And you guys were just talking about Cooper's
Oh,
News.
yeah, landmark, good old hometown place. Greg Morrison has a place there. His vintage Rolling Stone picture of the Rolling Stones. I guess that'll be taken away.
Yeah, and that's the one you always wanted to buy, you said.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't give you.
Of course not.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what goes on in its place, Cooper's News. You know?
That whole stretch of Harrison Avenue is just kind of up in the air right now. We'll see. I can tell you Harrison Avenue is going to be hot this afternoon. Very, very warm. Temperatures already close to 80 along the coast, mid-70s inland, a little bit of a westerly breeze. Panama City Beach at 79 degrees right now. It is going to be warm this afternoon. Even coastal areas hitting a high right around 90. That westerly wind keeping the humidity right there in place. Mid-90s in the northern panhandle. Tonight it's not going to cool off until late. 84 as the sun goes down. Warm and humid and sunny. Feels like summer.
And it's 90 degrees. Do we have like a heat index or humidity? Does the humidity make it feel even warmer?
Humidity does make it feel warmer, but that nice steady breeze out of the west will make it feel a little cooler, so it should balance out.
All right.
Excellent.
Thanks, Judy, and thanks to all of you. We're going to join you again tomorrow morning.
Take care of yourself.
An all-new Oprah, my own wildest dream comes true. A Legends Luncheon.
It was so unbelievable. She hands all of us diamond earrings. I didn't know about this.
And an unforgettable reaction. Now we have another shockaroo. Plus, get ready for one more surprise. Actually, it's more like 100 next Oprah.
Today at 4 on News 13 on your side.
Today, we're leading through technology. At Gulf Coast Medical Center, you'll find the region's most advanced imaging technology. Technology that's allowing doctors to diagnose diseases earlier than ever before. Technology that's helping us save lives. At Gulf Coast Medical Center, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses who are focused on our patients. For the region's most advanced imaging technology, choose Gulf Coast Medical Center.
Mercury Grand Marquis Discovery Days are here. Discover more power for the passing lane. 25 miles per gallon highway and room for 6. More space for luggage. And more reasons to feel safe in Florida's best-selling full-size car for 17 straight years. Now get up to $5,500 cash back or 0% APR financing for 36 months, but only for a limited time during Grand Marquis Discovery Days at your local Lincoln Mercury dealer.
It's my life.
Research shows 3 to 4 servings a day of dairy calcium, like Dannon Light and Fit, helps your body's fat-burning machinery, so you can be a lean, mean, fat-burning machine.
Burn, baby, burn.
New Resolve Dual Power gets out more stains better than the other leading brands. It's Stain Fighters and Oxy Action combined to remove tough stains like red wine, soda, and coffee. New Resolve Dual Power, better than the other leading brands.
Advanced Dental Clinic. Visit us online at WMBB.com.
The deal gets made. We'll talk to Senator John McCain, the man who brought the Senate back from the nuclear brink in the showdown over judges. But is the battle over? Michael Jackson on trial, the defense set to call Jay Leno to the witness stand. What